Hey guys.
Hi.
Okay, I just feel like that energy was like, let me try. First of all, let me just explain why I'm wearing sunglasses,
Good, good,
guys.
good way to begin.
So it started yesterday night. My right eye it was just very uncomfortable. I was starting to feel like it was uncomfortable, and then I looked at my eye through my camera on my
Mm-hmm.
phone. I realized that it was red. um
Oh.
this is not the first time it's happening. It's happened a couple of times last year. Actually, the first time it happened to me was, I think, last year. It would just, I don't know, maybe I'm reacted to something. I really don't know, but it just happens every now and then. And the first time it happened, I think I went to see a doctor, and doctor was like, it's not like a thing that anyone else can catch, like it's not viral, but it's
Communicable,
just,
yeah.
yeah, but it's just maybe an allergy. And I'm just like, I don't know what it is, but it happened again.
Hmm.
And I woke up this morning and the left one is also red, but the right one is very red. So I'm like, don't let
Hmm.
me give you guys that vibe. Let me just wear my glasses. So, and plus,
So
I'm
does it
looking
happen around the
fashionable.
same? It is nice. It's giving a vibe, a type of vibe, which is
Oh,
cool.
plus, see the way I styled my hair. I typically don't do anything serious when I get braids on. Like, honestly, my hairstyle is usually one all through the time I have the braids on. So I'm making an
Fair.
effort, guys. So, anyways,
Oh, we appreciate it. I'm sure our listeners and our viewers appreciate it as well. So,
yay.
but regarding your eye pain or
Mm.
sore as such, does it happen at the same time of the year? Did it happen last winter as well?
Hmm. I think the first time it happened was winter last year,
Mm,
actually. Yeah, I think so. But it happened like a second time or a third time, actually, like later on in the year. But I think the first time it happened was earlier in the year, like sometime
mm.
around winter. I
I
just realized
haven't
that
gone for like
I'm
a
doing
high
like this,
test or
doing like
anything.
this, doing like this.
I see.
I did that. I did last winter, the first time it happened. And when the doctor just said that it wasn't viral, it wasn't anything, that it would
Yeah,
just go, and they gave me a specific eye drop. So this morning I had to rush to the pharmacy to get
to get it.
the
Okay.
eye drop. I've used two different types, in the last 1 year. They didn't have one, they had one. I just picked one. I was like, okay, we move.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah.
To be fair, it's fine. I like the look, the overall look. It matches with your
Ooh.
makeup and your top and even the color of your braid, so it's
No,
fine.
Eniola just gassing me up. Like,
Oh,
I'm feeling
jeez.
myself.
You're so dramatic. You're so dramatic.
How have you been?
I've been all right. I've been okay. When we're recording this is the first week in the year. Well, is it?
Yeah,
Well,
the first week
technically
in
it
the
is.
year.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's slowly getting back into rhythm, work, and all of that. And I imagine that for a lot of people as well, the first week of the new year after what seems to be the long break is always like a struggle because you're trying to remember where you were, trying to pick up from where you left off, and trying to like do all of this New Year resolution, achieve all these goals. We all have this burst of energy at the start of the year that I want to do this,
Really?
I want to keep fit, I want to eat right, etc. So,
Right.
but for me, honestly, this week I've been slowly easing into it. Like I'm not even up for that rush at all. Not this
Yeah.
year.
I mean, I feel maybe because I have not resumed back. So most people have resumed back
Mm,
to work, but I'm not back at work. I'm actually going to be resuming
I
back
think
to work
most
on
people
Monday.
have they think they are back to work. A lot of people will actually be back to work on Monday, in my
But I
opinion.
mean, they are logging onto their
Fair,
computer, they are
fair.
sending emails, they are getting some things done. I didn't get to do any of that. So
Mm.
this first week, I'm just like taking it slow. I didn't even go to the gym at all. I'm just like, we'll resume everything on the ninth. Like, I cannot even come and be stressed. So that's all I've been doing, just taking it slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been okay. It's been all right. And speaking of the fact that you said, okay, a lot of like energy burst and whatnot, one of the things I think I noticed as well this week with watching TVs, there's been a lot of ads on like, oh, buy a Peloton bike or a treadmill
I
or
can
a
imagine.
Weight Watchers thing or this or that. And I'm just like, I didn't even notice. Like, I was just like, I don't know. But then Adibanjo brought it up. He was like, do you know that they're just all the ads are just
It's that
lose
time of
weight
the
this,
year.
lose this, buy this machine, gym that. I'm like, okay, it's the new year. Everybody's like, new year
Yeah,
resolution. I want to
exactly.
lose 50 kg in this year,
Jeez.
blah, 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 blah. So
But
that's
I
all that's
think
been happening.
it's also an aftermath of Christmas. So, a lot of us eat a lot during Christmas. And then we
I'm not
tell
even gonna
ourselves,
lie.
you know what, I'm just going to enjoy myself now in the new year. I'm going to pick it up and get back to keeping fit, all of that. So it's like that added pressure we put on ourselves. Like, I'll just do what I can now, just enjoy myself, live life to the fullest now. And in January, I'm going to go back to it. Yeah, the struggle. And interestingly for me, I
Yeah.
thought I went to the gym once this week, and when I went in my mind, I just thought, okay, there'll probably be a lot of people there.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need to think about what I want to do that will not. I don't like when I go to the gym and there are a lot
And there
of
are a lot
people.
of
I
people.
don't
Jesus
like
Christ,
it.
I don't like it too.
I don't like it.
I don't want to believe anybody would like that.
I don't know.
I don't know. Now I don't like it. Actually, like I don't want to use a machine and then I'm looking and there are like maybe two people waiting, wanting to use the machine. I'm
Exactly.
just like, no
Yeah,
fam. Like
that's it.
I don't like I like to go, do what I want to do, bam, 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 and
And
I'm
out.
out.
Exactly.
Like, let's move
Yeah.
on. But I don't like when there are a lot of people. But there are a lot of
Same.
people when you went.
No, shockingly, I was the only one. I was like, wait, what? Are you
Where
kidding me?
what
No New
time did
Year's
you go?
resolution. I usually go at 6 a.m. Um,
I
so
mean, that's fair because looking at the fact that we have a shorter day now, like the
mm-hmm,
day doesn't break until what
8
almost
a.m.
8 a.m. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people most times start sleeping a little bit longer. So, like for me, for instance, I don't know. I've never been one of. I
Hmm.
think previously there was a time that I used to get to the gym at 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's my thing. Like
It's
nowadays, my
definitely
routine is
mine.
more like I want to wake up and then stay in bed for a little bit, read on my bed for a
Mm-hmm.
little bit, then get out of bed like maybe like 6:30.
Right.
And I think what is even making me more in that zone is because the gym I use is really close, but it's like 3-4 minutes walk from the
Right.
house.
Okay.
So there is no thinking of, oh, I need to drive like 15 minutes. So I need to factor that into
To your
my
timing,
my
yeah.
time out and all of that. And that gym said they're annoying me. They're annoying me. But let's just leave that. Let me not even dive into that at all. But anyways,
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it was shocking that there ain't a lot of people as well because I just thought New Year, everybody had
a
this
lot
New
of
Year's
people.
resolution. And talking about timing, because last year as well, I always go to the gym at 6 a.m. because the gym is in the same building that I live anyway. So it's like go down 6 a.m., do my thing, come back, shower, get out, all of that. So towards the end of last year, I would go in the morning at 6 a.m. and I would do like 4 or 5 other people there. And it used to be so annoying. Because the reason why I also like to be alone in the gym is I'm absolutely a nuisance when I'm in the gym. Like I'm dancing, I'm singing out
You're
loud.
dancing,
Yeah.
you don't have focus. Why are you dancing?
Why wouldn't I dance? When I'm done with one routine, between that one and the next one, I'm like singing out loud, or I'm listening to a
You're even singing
podcast.
out loud.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like to
This
be
is
a nuisance. Like it's the energy, it's the motivation that I give myself when I'm in the gym,
mm,
anyways. So
mm.
I
I
always
can't
like that.
relate. I can't relate.
Whatever.
Maybe because not most of the time, because the podcasts that I listen to, they don't have episodes like every day of the week. So some days
Mm,
I'm listening to a podcast and some days I'm listening to music. I get like when a song that I really love and is like
mm-hmm.
pumping comes on,
Yeah.
I'm most times like in the mood to like maybe just move and whatnot. But I might still move my legs a little bit, but singing out loud, I'm just
It's
like,
definitely singing out loud. I'm
most of the
for
time
sure singing
I
out
know
loud.
myself when I'm singing out and I have my hairs plugged. I feel like I sing rubbish. Like if you
That's what makes it fun. That's actually what makes it fun.
that's usually what I would maybe if there are no people if there's nobody else in the gym, maybe I would feel more inclined. But I'm just like, okay, the officials or at your gym, you don't have people working there.
Okay, no.
Right. So there's no way the gym's going to be completely empty. There's going to
Mm.
be people working that are there. And I'm just like,
Okay.
I don't want them to be looking at me with
Fair.
the eye of. And maybe also the fact that, I mean, I'm making changes thanks to Alibando to my gym activity this year is
What does that
that
mean?
so since we moved to where we are staying now, the gym
Yeah.
I attend, which is part of the reason why I say they're annoying me, is I'm used to going for classes. So I remember doing, I actually started in some, was it summer last year, where I go for my own workouts, like in the morning, and then
Mm-hmm.
in the afternoon, after no afternoon, in the evening after work, I go for some classes. So maybe like a high impact in, or
Eat
high
class.
inter, yeah,
Okay.
eat
Yeah.
class or spinning class, which, to be honest, the first time I went for a spinning class, I was like, Jesus Christ, like I can't move. My leg is dead. Cycling. And afterwards I ended up liking it. And in
Mm.
this gym that I go, that's close to the house now, they don't have classes, so I
Right.
miss that for sure.
Mm.
And they just have like so many other extra scenery that I'm not liking. So
Mm-hmm.
now, and eventually uses the one that's, they still have classes. It's just that I need to drive. Then I'm just like, if there's one that's really close to the house, why do I want to drive there? Plus, he goes into the office like twice a week. So
Okay.
if I change my gym completely, then I'm going to have to work out on the weekend. And I'm not a fan of working out on the weekend. My weekend, I don't want to do anything. Work, I'm not
Same.
doing. Gym, I am
Same.
not doing. Whatever I do Monday to Friday, that's all. That's okay.
That should be
So
adequate. Yeah.
yeah, so it's like, you know what? It would just pay for me to be able to use the same gym. So in the evening, if I want to go for classes, I can always go to the one that I need to drive to. But in the mornings when I don't want to wake up and drive or whatnot, I can go to the one closer to the house. So I miss having to be able to do that. Now I can't remember
Mm.
what made me start to talk about this long
Yeah.
story. But
I was gonna
anyways,
ask you, regarding your gym, like, do you have, because you've talked about switching gyms, and all that. Do you have like a specific goal that you're trying to achieve in terms of your fitness or weight and all of
I
that?
used to
New year,
have
new goals thing.
I used to have way back, like where I'm like, oh, I want to this, I want to that. Now I don't. Right now, I'm at the point where I just go to the gym because I want to be fit, I want to be
Mm.
healthy. There's no pressure of I have to lose 15 kg or 10 kg or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if I'm eating clean and I'm working out,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I'm going to be fit. I'm going to lose weight if I have, excess. So I don't need to put myself under any pressure. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And the other reason as well is I also feel like when I set those goals and I in my mind expect my body to have lost a certain amount of weight within a certain period and I am not, I get discouraged. So I don't want to even
Mm.
set myself up. I don't have a scale at home. I've not weighed myself in a very long time. I don't know if
Fair.
that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I get very anxious, so I don't want to. So I'm just like, nah, I'm not setting any serious in with regards to weight loss. But in other parts of my life, I do have goals. But see, with regards to, I
Of
just said,
course you
let's
do.
go to the gym, let's eat clean. The end result or this byproduct would be I would lose unnecessary weight. I'll
Mm-hmm.
look toned, firm, and whatnot. So we move that way. I don't want to come and go and
Yeah.
kill myself.
So you
But
know
do you
that.
have goals in terms of like weight loss that you are trying to achieve?
Interestingly, yeah, last year I did have goals. I
Yes.
wanted to get to 65. And at the time that checked or started or was very intentional about this goal, I was weighing about 69, I think. I think I
So
was
that's
close to
not
70.
long.
So I was like, I need to get
There.
to 65. I need to get to 65. So I then got to 64, which was, and I was like,
And
okay,
guys,
maintaining
the
it.
way this girl was working at getting to that goal, I was not a fan of it. Like I was always saying, "Hey, this is not LD. Hey, this is not. This girl will not eat at all. What kind of life is that?"
So
Hey,
in my defense,
mm-hmm.
I've always had a bad relationship with food. So when I lived alone, for the longest time that I lived alone, I just would not stock up on food because I would get tired. It wasn't something that I really was very intentional about. I'm not the general foodie, do you see? So even when I'm allocating spendings in the month, food is always last. Food was actually whatever was left goes to food.
What?
And actually, that's the truth.
Jeez,
being honest here. And Temita was like, that actually doesn't make sense. Like you have to allocate a specific
Kole work.
amount. Like
Yes.
I'll be like, no, XYZ is going to savings, XYZ is going to this, XYZ, whatever is
Even
left
if
is
it is
going to food.
50 pounds that is left,
Even
then
if
we
it's
can
50
put
pounds of
50
left,
pounds
that's what
to
will go to
food.
food. And it
Nah.
was like, it
Mm-mm.
doesn't make sense. It wasn't, for me, I was like, you're not, yeah, I'm just gonna do me. And it was okay until he moved and it just was no longer sustainable.
Thank
So
God he moved because
oh
this girl,
days.
for me, at least, I eat at the very least twice a day, most times three times a day. Before he moved, I used to eat most times twice a day. But
Mm,
yeah, I eat three times a day most times now. But Eniola, that period, maybe just once in a day. And it's going to be like something very ridiculous that it's not even like proper food if
that's the
we're going to
thing.
count it. And I'm
That's
just
the
like,
sad
this
part.
girl, this is not healthy. This is not
True.
healthy in any way.
I think the change that I'm trying to also do is eat healthier, but you eat as well because there's no way I can do it now because the person that I'm living with clearly is
Is
a
is a
foodie
foodie.
to the core. So it's like, how are we going to do? We have to find a way to manage it. But last year I then got to 64 and I was like, I need to find a way to like maintain it with this new addition. Like my freezer is stocked up now. It's not me. It's not who I am. But
Guys,
there's food in the freezer, which
before
is
before
weird.
Temtire
Really,
moved,
really weird.
when me and Eniola are talking in the weekend, most times I'm cooking and we're talking. A lot of times, like
Mm-hmm.
one video call and my
Right,
face is
yes.
not showing. Like I'm actually doing kwa 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 in the
Yeah.
kitchen. Well, guess what? I find it still funny to date that me and Eniola are talking and we're both cooking. Like Eniola is also cooking now. Like it's not only me. Hey,
I'm not sure that I like it.
For
Oh my
Christmas,
god, we're going there.
Eniola cooked seriously. Oh, like I remember when I saw it on
Oh my god.
Temita's status. I actually replied. I was like, alright, me tried. Go, oh try. What that means for people that don't understand Yoruba is my friend tried. Like see tray, fried rice,
Oh my
chicken.
god.
I was like, wow, I'm proud of you.
It's not who I am, it's what I'm becoming.
Ah, me, I love the woman that you're becoming, even though I don't know if you like that woman, but me, I like that woman. Mm.
What was I talking about? Yeah, right now I'm just trying to maintain it. I think I've gotten to the point where I actually like how I look. I like the way my body structure and all of that. So I'm just trying to like keep fit and go to the gym regularly. I also have swimming as a substitute. When I started swimming at first, it didn't feel like exercise because I was still learning how to do certain things. You get, but now that I'm like getting a hang of it, I realize that once I go for like 60 minutes, I actually feel the ache in my arms and in my leg, which is also good exercise as well. So just
Yeah.
to have that balance of both. But weight wise, for me though, I'm still very intentional. I want to maintain 65. Like you can fluctuate between 65 and 66. I don't want to be seeing 67 and just let's do 65, 66 like that. You get, let's not move for that. I'm
I
okay
mean,
with
I
that.
think for me, again, I don't know what I weigh right now, but I never want to be above 70. I know I
Mm.
might be close to it now because I feel like during Christmas and New Year, I wasn't even thinking, let's eat clean. I'm like, in the
Yeah.
new year, we'll get back to
Exactly.
it.
That is what
I
a lot
can't
of people
even,
do as
I,
well.
I'm just like, I just want to relax and eat
Mm-hmm.
and whatever. But I think the main thing for me is my portion is never like a whole lot. Like I
Mm.
can't eat too much at once. So I think that's one of the things that have helped me so far. Like I might be eating orishirishi or whatever, but I can't eat too much. Like and some people
Mm.
find it weird when my food is served and I'm like, I actually
That's
cannot
all you can
finish
eat.
that.
Yeah.
Like, or
Mm.
it's like, why are you trying to form? I'm actually not from I don't eat a lot
Yeah.
at once. But we'll see. We'll see. Ugh, I'm not trying to be too hard on myself. I'm just like, we'll go
That's
back to the
it.
gym.
Let's
And
all be
maybe also
kind.
because in my mind, I see it as it's not something that I plan to stop. Like one of the
Okay.
things that I miss, especially during winter, is I enjoy running. And it's weird that I say it now because the first time I ran, I was like, what kind of punishment is this? Like,
Yeah, it's like
I
with
was like,
anything, anyways, when you're
are we
starting.
home yet or whatnot? That's one of the things I miss with winter. At least
Mm.
during spring, fall,
Summer.
I still and
Hmm.
summer, I still run, and I enjoy it. And people are like, "Well, you can still run on the treadmill." And I'm like, "It's not the same
It's
thing.
actually not the
It's
same.
not the same thing. I just enjoy like the breeze touching my face. I'm seeing nature. I'm seeing things happening around me, but in the gym, literally in the same. I'm in the same
Mm,
spot. I'm just running.
true. For
No,
me,
it's
it's
not the same thing.
walking. Walking does it for me. I like when so
Ah, I used to love
before
walking too.
winter we used to go for like 10-kilometer walk on Saturday mornings, and I used to like that. We just go keep working. We may jog for a little bit, but that working really does it for me. And it's funny how we underestimate the impact of walking in keeping fit. So,
Yes.
mm,
I remember during summer, I did that. During summer, I was really on my game. Like, I go to the gym in the morning, I do my lifting. No, in the morning, I actually run. So in summer, I run in the morning. In
mhm.
the afternoon, during my 1 hour break, I go for walks, maybe like 30 minutes. And in the evening, I go for classes. Like, I was like back to back. Oh,
It's never too late. You can still do it. For our listeners and our viewers, interesting thing is we underestimate the impact of walking. So if you're one of those that you started this year with, you really want to keep fit and you want to lose weight, etc. And we know how sometimes going to the gym can be so annoying and
and it
lifting the weights and
can
all of
feel daunting. Like you might just feel like, oh, I don't even know what I'm going to be doing there. I don't
exactly.
want to go and be doing something and then I'll do it wrongly and people will
Mm-hmm.
laugh at me or whatnot. But like I said, actually, like I remember there was a period I used to love walking so much that during winter, I walk inside the house. Like
Mm.
I
And
remember
the
that
good
uncle
thing is
used
that
to look at me
many of
like,
us have,
what's wrong
even
with you?
if we don't have like smart watches on your phone, you will probably have an app that helps you to track the number
Number
of
of
walks or
steps.
steps. So you can even use that as a start. No pressure. We all know that we have New Year's resolution, which I'm going to get into shortly. But your fitness is for you, and you're thinking, where do I start? Just get out there and walk. Get out there and walk. Walk inside your house. You get just walk. Just move. The important thing is for you to move your body, and for
Yeah.
fitness, it's more about what you put into your body than what you're even doing to your body. So if it's portion control, you're eating 2 cups of rice, start with doing 1.5 or 1 cup. If you're doing like two things, maybe two bananas, reduce it to one. Just find a way to cut down a little bit, and you just see it happen over
Yeah, and
time.
even if it is using a smaller plate, so that when you
Mm-hmm.
dish the food, even though it's 1 cup you're dishing instead of two, it looks
Big.
plenty in a small
Mm-hmm.
plate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
all of
agree.
those small changes. There's this book that we read, I think it was last year. Um, it's about like a Kaizen way of doing things, and I remember one of the
Mm,
things that I took away from that book is it's not even necessarily doing the big change. It's like the small change
yeah.
they are doing consistently that tends to
Mm-hmm.
eventually add up. Like I remember
Yeah.
there was an example that was cited in that book, and for some reason that's the only example. Like that's the only example I
You
remember very
remember?
well. Was the example of a person that was trying to lose weight, and they decided to start doing something in the evenings when they're done with work. They
Work.
realized that they just sit down on the couch and watch TV until they go to bed. And
Mm-hmm.
what this person now decided to do is every commercial break, they stand up from the couch and pace till the commercial break is done, and then they
And
go back
yeah.
to sit down. And gradually, like it was just small things, and then gradually they moved on from just doing it while it's a commercial to doing it for longer periods and whatnot. So it's just
Yeah.
small things, really.
Hmm. Do you believe in the concept of New Year's resolution? If you do you make New Year's resolution? And if you have, what are your New Year's resolution for
I've not
2023?
done a New Year resolution in a bit. Like, oh, these are the things that I'm going to stop doing. These are the new things I'm going to. I've not done that in a very long time. Like, I can't remember the last time I did one. The only thing that I do before, and I do it before the New Year is I just like look back. It's more
Mm.
like a
Reflective exercise.
reflective exercise. So I just look back at the year. Okay, what were the things I said I was gonna do? Did I do them? In terms of goals, and most of the time it's not. It's usually more like professional development or personal growth
Mm.
type of thing. And I just check. I'm like, okay, was I able to do that? Were there things that I didn't plan for that I ended up doing? And just pat myself at the back because on a norm throughout the year, most of the time I don't necessarily do that. Like once I've crushed something, okay, what's next? Like I'm like, okay, let's move on to the next thing. So I try to do like that kind of reflection before the end of the year, and then kind of look at okay. in the new year, okay, so maybe I get to do these. It could be as very little as, okay, like last year, I didn't read as much as I did the previous year
Previous
in terms
year.
of books.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd set a goal to read 45 books last year,
Mm-hmm.
and I ended up reading maybe about 39. So
Okay.
not too bad.
Not too bad. Not
And in
bad at
this year, I was
all.
just like, you know what, maybe I should not set myself up for failure, knowing that I have other things that I want to do
Mm-hmm.
that might take my time. And I'm like, you know what, let's just do, if at the very least, 2 books a month. So I'm like,
Okay.
okay, I'll do
That'll end
24.
up being
Is it,
24
yeah,
if
I'm
you
like,
do.
is
Yeah.
it lesser than the goal I set for myself last year?
Yes.
Would you mean I'll read lesser than I
No.
did? Most likely not. I
Not.
feel like
Yeah.
I'm going to most likely crush that goal and read a bit more. So it's
Mm-hmm.
between things like that. Like, okay, I want to like take courses on XYZ and whatnot. So those are kind of the ones that I do. And like I said, it's usually not at the beginning of the year. And it's not like, okay, I'll stop doing these or have like a, I don't know, book or whatnot. I don't necessarily do that much. For my
Mm.
goals in terms of, okay, how many books, I have a app on my phone that I just put that in for in terms of like personal and professional development. I just write it down like, okay, I'm going to do this amount of courses, or this is what I'm going to focus on this year, whatnot. And that's maybe it's New Year resolution. I don't know, but I don't do it in the new year. So
Mm.
I
Yeah.
guess.
I
Do
used
you
to be
do
very
that?
big on New Year's resolution. I used to be in the past
Wow.
like,
So what
oh my God,
changed?
this is what I'm gonna do this year. I have to do it this year. This year I'm gonna lose this much of what's weight. This year I'm gonna be more fashionable. This year I'm going to, and generally I'm very hard on myself. Very hard on everything
Yes.
on myself. Like, yo, I can be doing so well, and the next year I'm like pushing myself to God knows where I'm
Do
even
you guys
going.
can imagine sometimes when I get message from Elena and she's like, I just feel like I'm just like, are you even okay? Wha-
I'm just like this. I think for me, this year answers itself. This year, my goals set itself. It's not even me that is setting my goals. The goals set themselves. So I'm like,
oh wow.
there's no need. I'm not even doing it. That those things I have to do them because it has happened this year. So they've set themselves, and that's all I'm focusing on. Whatever
Wow.
happens in between is fine. I'm not gonna put pressure on myself because yo,
Yeah, I
we
don't put pressure on myself either. Like
only
I'm
live
just
once.
like I'll do the one that I can, and if I'm not able to do it, fine. Like if at the end of the year I'm doing my reflection and I'm like, okay, I said I was gonna read. Like it's just same way. Like I said I was gonna read 45 books last year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when I was doing my reflection, I thought, okay, I read 39. Okay, I didn't eat 45, but I still read books,
Yeah,
which is
that's okay.
fine. It's
Yeah,
okay. Like
yeah.
I don't want to
Like,
even come and go and keep myself.
exactly. And interestingly, I read something somewhere, I think end of last year, and somebody was saying that in terms of deciding on the goals that you want to achieve for your New Year's resolution, like what's that one thing that would happen to you or would have happened to you by the end of 2023 that you'd be like, yes, I smashed my goals. Can you think of anything? Like, I think well, that was one way to also look at it. Like, is there one thing or two things that you just by the end of 2023 you just look back and be like, yeah, I did that, and for that reason you have smashed your goal, you had the
Ah.
best year ever, you had the greatest year. I think we should even remove like the goal, word, like what would have happened to you by the end of 2023 that would make you think that 2023 was an amazing year.
First, if getting a promotion,
I like that.
I would really, really be like, wow, great year.
Mm-hmm.
So getting a promotion and finally getting to do this girls trip that
Oh,
I've been saying.
Lord, yo, guys. So here's the thing, right? I know I
Mm.
said I won't be very hard on myself, right, this year, and that's okay. But you see this
Guys,
travel
this girl
thing.
saying that she's not going to be hard on herself. December, she'll say, Alpha, we said we're going to I say, hey, Auntie, we said we're going to talk about it in January. Can you please
I
reduce
didn't
this
even remember I
bill?
was saying we're going to talk about it, but
We said
guys, I just want to put it out there that when it comes to things like trips, I like to be very, 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 very proactive because it helps me to save money as well. I'm pleased to inform you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that some things have been booked towards this trip. And if it doesn't happen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, again, it's not my fault. It's definitely not my fault.
and I'm sure it's not going to be my fault
I
either.
don't know about that, but it's definitely not my fault.
It's so
Just putting it
annoying
out
that
there in the
Eniola is saying
universe.
it this way because she knows that there are some things that are beyond my control.
Like I said, it's also not my fault. I'm just saying
So
that it's not my fault. It won't
if
be my fault.
yeah, and for that too, it won't be my fault either.
Okay, no
Because
problem.
if they're beyond my control, then that means it's not my fault.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So there you go.
No negativity by God's grace is going to happen.
Hallelujah, somebody.
And
Thank you.
hopefully our sponsors are able to help contribute to the trip.
Amen. Amen.
Okay, fine. So in terms of like things happening in the new year or that generally a lot of people do in the new year, what other thing apart from losing, because losing weight is a big word that people want to do in new
Everybody
year.
wants to lose weight.
Apart from that, what other thing do you think is very common that a lot of people like to do at the beginning of the year, certain new year resolutions trying
I
to lose
think
weight?
come up with a business plan. I think in general, I tend to see like a lot of businesses spring up in the new year.
Really?
Yeah, you tend to see a lot of people coming up with new ideas. I want to do this business. I want to do that because it's like, yeah, this is the money year. This is the year that I'm gonna make the ton of money. So
Securing the bags and
securing the
whatnot.
bag, living the soft life, whatever else that means. You tend to see a
It's
lot of
God's
people.
will for me to live a soft life. Honestly, I can't even be stressed.
At this point, you should have soft life tattooed on your head.
You no, not on my head, but I might actually.
Oh God.
I might consider. The only thing for me is, yes, I do want to get a tattoo at some point, but I don't think I want to get something that is too long. Like I'm just like something cute and short.
Okay.
But when we get there, we get there. Anyways,
Yeah,
continue.
but they see a lot of people come up with like have these business ideas and they are starting or joining this master class. We start out the year by taking this course that's supposed to help you, be more marketable, get all of these things. I think it's also part of the rush of the new year. So if it's not an idea that you've properly thought about, right? And you just come up with new year, new you, new business idea, new bag, etc. It's one of those things that will slowly die down through the years. It might not even get to the end of first quarter. So I tend to see a lot of businesses, just scan through Instagram, for example, right? And then see the number of new pages that have come up, that people, and I think you can just look within your own circle. Not like it's a bad thing. There are people that start off the new year with this energy or something, and they start off this new business. There's some people that have been working on it beforehand, but generally, you tend to see a lot of people come up with a lot
Hmm.
of business ideas or come up with businesses, or you tend to see them
Interesting.
more in the new year than you would normally
Ah.
throughout the year.
Okay. I mean, maybe I've not like really noticed, but I'll try and pay attention to see if I see a lot of people around me come up with like new business ideas. But that would make sense actually because
Yeah.
maybe at the end of the year, like, oh my, I didn't make it as much money as I
Money,
wanted to,
exactly.
or there were things I wanted to do in the year, and because I didn't have enough money, I couldn't do them. So in this new year, we have to
Mm-hmm.
money must be made, money
Exactly.
making year, and
Mm.
all that. But yeah,
I
that
don't
that
think
would
so.
make
For
sense.
me, though, the idea of starting things in a year is not necessarily bad, but I think that the problem is when you're doing it because, or it's solely
Everybody's
because it's
doing
the new
it.
year,
Okay,
and just because
it's a
no, yeah,
trend.
but solely because it's the new year, and you haven't like put in the thought and the work behind it. It's just one of those things that it's nice. We'll start off the year with it, but how sustainable would it be through the year? Do you see?
Mm, right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, generally speaking, taking it away from New Year and starting new things in the new year and whatnot, what are things that are like trends that you think are happening and a lot of people tend to be not forced, but they just get like drawn into the trends like, oh, everybody's
BBL.
doing this. Let me she didn't even let me even finish the question. Well, but that's okay. That's a good segue.
And
Have
on
you
period.
ever? Wow. It's not easy. Do you think you will ever do a cosmetic surgery?
Maybe breast reduction.
Really?
Yes.
Honestly, you see, this life is never balanced. Like people that have something, they're just like, oh, it's too much. And people that don't are like, oh, I wish I had that. Like this life is just not balanced. Can you imagine? I don't know if I honestly I'm not against it. If you kind of the only thing for me is if you want to do any,
Mm-hmm.
do proper research, get like proper people that are well licensed, that you've read reviews about or whatnot. Like my own is don't go and do it with a very cheap person that they'll just do rubbish and then you come out looking weird
The-
or I don't know. That's the only thing for me.
I think
I don't know if I will be able to do it. Like I'm just like, I don't know. I don't want to come out and
so.
then I don't like what I see.
The controversy for me regarding cosmetic surgery is that we need to break it down into different parts, right?
Okay.
We have the first part and the first group of people that is the trend now. So you remember there was a time where the Kardashian body, the jello type
Yeah.
body was in trend. So you need to have like the boob proportional to the ass, and you need to have like
Yeah.
big ass and big boobs,
And
tiny waist. So
eeps.
you had a
Yeah.
lot of people doing like bomb and then doing like boobs and then snatching
Yeah.
that waist. That was the trend. And there was a time where it was the likes of Ailey Bieber and all of them. You wanted them slim,
Yeah.
and so people were losing a ton of weight. I mean, have you seen Kim lately? She's like very very slim, like she's lot. Chloe Kardashian is almost disappearing. You have a lot of people that are, that were really into like the big ass, the big boobs, now like losing weight. So it's like a trendy thing. So you have those people that are engaging in this cosmetic surgery because it's the trend. So whatever body type is in the trend that year is what a lot of people are
Will go to
go,
adjust their body for.
exactly. Now that's different from people, for example, that have put on a ton of weight, lost it, and then have to like the loose skin, do all of
Yeah.
that. Or people that have had a baby and don't like what their body looks like, things like that. Or
Those
people
kind of
that
people actually get it. Like people that maybe, they've had babies and they've tried to like lose weight. They've done everything they can and they just are like, I'm not getting
exactly.
back this body. And they're just like, you know what, let's go do this. I get
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just very anxious about this kind of thing. I'm just
I
like, Jesus
get
Christ.
you, but I think the main thing for me is that generally
Not because of trend that they are doing it.
yeah, so they, not because of trend. That's fine. There are people that have excess boobs that makes it very uncomfortable for them and things like that. You just want to whatever reason.
But you don't fall into that bracket.
No, no, I don't. But for me, the only reason why I'll consider boob reduction is that I just don't want to ever wear bra. The people that have standing breasts, like literally, it's just like you don't even need
Not
to.
all of them actually like it. Some of them want to have some.
That's why our needs are insatiable. I might get there now and be like, I actually don't like it as much. We don't know. But that would be literally that's my only reason. That would be the only reason why I'll consider it. Because if you do look at me, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm not asking you to go and be staring at my body. But if glimpse, if you get a glimpse, let's be honest, the boobs is proportional to the hips. So it's alright. It's
Mhm.
alright as it is. But if I had an option, if I was given an option, a less painful option, like I just sleep and wake up and there's been a change because I don't like pain, it's the boob
Who
reduction
likes
that I'll be
pink?
taking. Some people, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. Now, the thing for me about this BBL craze is that the people that are doing it, right?
Yeah.
Some of them do have money to do it. Not a problem.
Okay.
I don't really know how the doctors are doing it. It's like sometimes the left and the right is not proportional.
Yeah.
And the painful part for me is when you see people that do it and it's not really fitting the body.
It's not
It's like
giving.
it's just there and the body is apart. You know how when you have ass that is standing apart from the body because it's not proportional.
But
That
that's
one.
the thing. So most I don't know, but I feel like the issue with that is a lot of the times these people that want to do this surgery, they're the ones that say I want it to be massive. Like after like in their mind, they're like I'm paying this much money to get this done. This
And what
bomb
is
has to
really the
be
intention
massive.
behind that? Because some of us
You
will come
we
out
need to
and say,
interview them and ask them
no,
because I
no, no.
don't know.
Have you noticed? Have you noticed? See, our listeners and viewers, please drop in the comments. Have you noticed that people that do get BBL, you will notice that they are very active on social media. They are very, and you know that you cannot do BBL without actually showing the BBL. So the kind of poses that you are doing means that it needs to show. What's the intention behind the BBL that you're doing?
After they've
What's the
spent
real
that
reason?
plenty, auntie, they spent plenty money to do the surgery.
And then what are
You
they
people
trying to
have to
do?
see it. You people have to see it
In
and
seeing it,
comment.
what do you want to gain? What do you intend to gain from that? Let me
They
see
want people
people.
to start giving them nickname of Big Yash, Big Yash.
Is it that? Or they are trying to, returns on investment. I'm just saying.
But
Um
that could be
in
part of it.
Yeah, but it's just
No,
see,
me, the ones I don't like, truthfully, the ones I don't like genuinely are the ones that months before they go to do the surgery, they now become gym rats. They are posting how they are going to the gym. They are this, they are that, they are that. So that you don't suspect them when they finally
no,
do
that one is
the.
stupid. I think
Those are
that's
the ones
very
that I don't
stupid.
like. I'm like, if you've paid
Own it.
plenty money for
Own
this
it
thing,
with your chest.
own it with your chest. Don't come
Yes.
and be saying you went to the gym when we know
Yeah.
that you did
We
not.
know that that's not what you did.
You didn't
You
get it from the gym.
I saw you last year and I knew that that's not what I saw.
Because
And
I'm
there's
like,
no way that this is how it is in the
people
year.
are doing squats. A lot of people are doing squats.
Guys, even me, I'm doing squats. The other
Me,
day,
my own
no,
is
I even need to
natural.
say it. The
It's
other day, I
genetics.
went to the gym. I said, let me do squats as per. I went to carry 40 kg just so that I can do squats. I mean, I've not
Mm-hmm.
carried 40 in a while. So if it's like that, let's be honest.
Your bum bum would have been.
And I do squats. I do. In fact, sometimes I'll start from 10 kg and get all the way to 20 just because we're doing squats. And
Mm.
best believe, guys, I will, there's this position, I will position it well just so that if it's
No,
that,
you trying to, not you trying to show us the position. Ah,
if it's that, I
God.
want to have got. It's just, first of all, my own is if you've done your own it, right? And you
Yeah.
know that once you start this thing, you have to continue. You know that at some point you have to feel it. You have to go and fill it up back. So it's not like you do it once and that's it. Oh, let
But
me let you.
I don't need to worry myself about it because I will never need to do
No, BBL is not for
BBL.
me.
Mm-mm.
No,
I will
I'm
never need
not.
to do
I
it.
don't have craze about big bum bum. Generally, I don't. Mm-mm. No,
I
not for
have
me.
it, so I don't even need to stress.
And that's some period.
Yeah,
She
that's on
said what she
period.
said. Some period.
Oh my god. Okay. What other thing? So for me, I think what other thing that I feel like um a lot of people are like, oh yeah, everybody's doing these. Okay, I need to do that. I need to do these. I need to do that as well is with buying house.
This table.
I don't know
This
if
table.
I don't know if this is just in our own in Canada here, but you know what? Me, I've come to terms with the fact that
I think the pressure is more in Canada than the UK, if I'm being honest.
it is crazy here. And the only
Hmm.
thing I said to myself, I think I must have said this in a previous episode before, where I never want to put myself in too much financial commitment that I won't be able to do the barest minimum. Like I won't be able
Mm.
to see something affordable like ice cream or plantain chips or something very ridiculous and I
That you
want
have
to
to
buy it and
recalculate or
then I'm
move
like
money around. That part.
I never
Mm.
want to be in that spot. And I'm not saying that it's not good to own a house, but I'm not going to come and kill myself too
Mm.
because I want to own a house. I don't want to, and the prices of it, maybe in the province I stay as well, it's crazy
It's
expensive.
a global crisis. It's global. It's global. It's
No, no,
not
no.
just where you're.
Ontario is terrible.
I hear
Ontario
you.
is
Just like London
very
too will be
terrible.
crazy, but in terms of the prices of the houses and how h- high it's gotten, it's just been a global crisis. So
I'm just like,
that's there.
no, it's
But
fine. Like, I'm not going to be
hmm,
drinking Gary in my
yeah,
house and
I
be
hear you.
stalking and
I
be
hear you
hating
fully.
myself that, oh, I don't even know why I put myself into this code. I don't know.
Mm.
I'm not
I
going
think
to
the
do
pressure
that.
is more with you guys because it's like somebody has
It's
just moved to
crazy
Canada
here.
and then the next year, oh, we just bought a house. I think
It
it's
is,
more Canada people than the UK people. Well,
it
maybe I
is,
don't know the people that
there's
have
a
been into
lot
the UK.
here. It is a lot here.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But I'm
I
just
don't
like,
even I generally don't buy into it because it's not like it's I don't think just like owning a car, I don't think owning a house is truly a measure of your wealth or your income or your assets. Because for me it's like I could literally have no car and you think like I'm broke ass and you may have a car and you may have like way less income investment or assets or everything than I do.
right,
Do you see?
right.
So I don't think it's necessarily a measure, and anybody that is using it as a measure just is, I don't know. You all need to check your
And
head. No
honestly, the way
offense.
I see it as well is here is different from back in Nigeria. Here, it's a mortgage system. In
Still,
Nigeria,
you have to pay a deposit, don't you?
yeah, you have to pay a deposit, but it's still so for me, I see it as well, yeah, I bought the house, but technically, it's not. 100% mine yet until I finish paying the mortgage. So
I
for the
hear
next
you.
25 years, yeah,
I
I'm
hear
paying the
you, but
mortgage.
even the part of you paying the deposit, the fact is that you need to have bulk
It's
sum at some
some,
point to pay it
yeah.
right. And you have people that are maxing out like everything that they have to their savings, to every investment, they're liquidating everything just to be able to make their initial deposits to be able to get the house, right?
Mm,
Do you see? As
yeah.
opposed to if I have like this extra income. I think it's nicer, ideally, if you have like this extra income, you're able to pay, and then repaying the mortgage doesn't seem like a big
It's
deal.
stress. Like
Do
it
you
just
get?
feels like your normal rent that you're
Exactly.
paying.
Do you
Yeah.
see? Yeah.
That I'm cool with.
Mm.
But I'm just like, in within like between the 25 years or 20 years of having to pay the mortgage back,
Mm-hmm.
if something happens and you for some reason
You're unable
cannot
to.
afford it, you're no longer
Yeah.
able to, you have to sell.
Mm. So I think when we talk about the pressure, then the pressure actually comes from the initial process of putting down everything that is needed for you
Yeah.
to have your name on that property.
Yeah.
So the initial
The
investment, paying the
deposit.
broker, all of that. Sorry, the initial deposit, paying the broker, getting the house set up, all of that. And for me, I also don't like the idea of having to buy a house and not be able to set it up because I've maxed out everything that I've saved up to pay for that deposit, and I can't even have people over because I can't buy a dining table, I can't buy a couch, etc.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what people say with that is? I mean, you don't have to do everything at once. Like take it slow. If it is just one table you're able to buy today, buy it. In the next 3 months, you buy that. You
What was the
buy
reason
this.
behind buying the house?
Well, that you have a property to your name.
And then what?
Hmm,
Do you see my point?
yeah, I get. Yeah.
And is it that the house is at that point generating income for me?
No, it's not at that point.
So it's just that I have a house that has my name in it,
And
that
it's
after 7 years
hopefully,
could potentially be mine, fully mine.
yeah. I mean, like, hopefully, in a couple of years, depending on the location and whatnot, it would appreciate, and that's kind of like your income per se.
I hear you, but I don't also believe in first to get there.
I don't either. Like
Because
in my head, I just see it as they're not catching late comma.
that
Like
that's
so, there's
it's just
no.
like getting married and having a baby. The truth is that
Hmm.
I could have gotten married at 25 and not be able to have a baby. And somebody will get married at 30, immediately have a baby. By the time she's having a baby and I'm having my baby at 30, we're both mothers. It didn't really matter who got there
Who got
first.
there first? Washa boots.
Do you see my point? So for me,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. You could have bought the house 5 years ago when you had to like struggle, like work and use everything that you've saved up. And I could buy the house 5 years after when I have this. I'm just using one investment to buy.
Like I'm very convenient.
Yeah, and I can still do everything that
Comfortable.
I'm doing. At that point, we're still homeowners. It really
I
didn't matter who got
know.
there first. My
I
house may
know.
even be have modern facilities because there's been
Of
some
course, because
invention.
because you bought yours like later.
Do you see? So I generally don't buy into. I think for me, when it comes to properties and houses, importantly, do I have a roof over my head? Is it nice? Is
And
okay. We
honestly, I
move.
think one of the things for me as well is if it's just like how you said that when you are buying, you're most likely like if you're buying later, you're buying like with modern and newer facilities than someone
Mm-hmm.
that bought 10 years ago. But now part of the things that are happening as well is like people are like, okay, you know what? I really want to buy a house. Like everybody's
Mm-hmm.
I want to buy a house. But with the kind of money I have and the deposit that I have and the amount of mortgage I'll need to pay on a monthly basis, I can't afford like a new house. And then you see people are fine with buying like a older house, like an older house.
And doing it up.
I was gonna get there. So you're like, okay, I'll buy a house maybe 15 years, 20 years. My issue with that is all the kind of warranty that typically will come with like a brand new house does not exist on that kind of house anymore. And at that point in time, most of the things in the house are already like old school. So gradually you're chipping in money here and there to kind of like bring it up to the spec that you want.
So it's
Or
not black and white with those ones. And I'll say this. So for some structures. So for I'm talking about, for example, when we went to Budapest, as they call it,
Yeah, I
there
don't know
you
why they
find a
call
lot
it
of these
pest.
old you find a lot of these structures, many of their structures, beautiful structures, but are quite old. You've been there for centuries, but when you just look at it, you know that this was made of solid material, like this will stand the test of time.
So not the outward. So I'm talking about things like maybe the flooring. So
No, no,
maybe
I'm
the
getting
wood that
there.
they used
No, I'm actually
was what
getting
was
there.
trending 20
Yeah.
years ago. But right now, it's not trending and I don't
Same.
like it.
I agree. So you find that there are people that would rather find those old structures. Now, because the structures are old, just like you, a lot of people would not want to buy that. So you typically find maybe a house going for £500,000 and they've been selling that for like £90,000. So that for already for you is a bargain. So you may be able to buy it outrightly. But it then means that you are able to do the house, maybe put in some extensions and put in the fittings that you want based on your own standard. So there are some calculation when it's done after
Yeah, the
buying a house
value
and doing
would
it up.
definitely go up if you've like done changes to the house and whatnot. But
Mm-hmm.
that for me, that's the same thing. The money that you are not putting in once at the beginning to buy a current modern house, you're
Mm-hmm.
putting it in to renovate it
Yeah, I
eventually.
think it's preference. There are some people that actually like that process of doing up a house and putting the specific fittings that they want. The thing about buying a house newly is that there's only so much
That you can't change.
modifications that you can do
Yeah. That's one
because
of the
the
things I
builder
don't really
already
like
have.
about here. Because like in Nigeria, you see, this particular type of structure
You cannot
on
be using
house
Nigeria
number
as a
one.
basis for
You use this,
comparison now.
but here all the houses are pretty the same.
Yeah. Because that's the plan that they have. So some people would just rather buy some old structure and do it the way that they want because they have that flexibility and there's nobody that they are literally the builders from scratch anyways. So,
I
I think
don't
it's
know.
individual
I
preference
don't
when
think
it comes to that.
I don't think after buying, I want to be doing another serious project after buying the
Hey,
house.
it's
Like,
preference. So
I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, any other trends, any other like thing that you feel like everybody's like hustling to jump on or
yeah,
whatnot?
TikTok. Even though I need
I am not on TikTok, so I don't even know.
see, but the thing is that I
And
don't want
intentionally, I am not going to fall for it.
you
Like,
that's what you're saying. But how are you different from our parents when we're telling them to use WhatsApp that they're all calling WhatsApp and
wait,
platform?
what? And did you just
Yes.
compare me?
Yes. Yes. You see, you're no different.
Excuse me, as
Is
far as I'm
what
concerned,
did
I'm Gen Z.
okay.
After I said that, I'm like, I am not in any way close to my sister that is Gen Z.
I'm
Like,
sure I heard wrong. I want to believe that I heard wrong. That you're not on TikTok and you're Gen Z. How much of a millennial can you actually be?
I'm just like, you see, for me, the issue for me is I barely. So right now, I'm on Snapchat, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm
They
on
are not even on
Facebook,
Snapchat. The
and
Gen Zs
I
are not
don't
on
use. That's what I'm
Snapchat.
saying. I don't even use these applications. Like, I don't think I
Mm-hmm.
use them that much, and I'm just like, I want to add another one to the equation.
My
Like,
point is, how are you? That's what we're telling our parents that year. See, interesting, guys. That year that DSTV was becoming a thing in Nigeria, do you know how long it took me and my siblings to convince my dad to buy DSTV? It was
what did
becoming
you
more
people
than
have
this thing that we're
before?
calling it.
What were you people have using?
And antenna now,
All
what are
those.
you saying?
Wait,
What were we all?
did you guys have those rotating
Yes,
discs,
now, so
those
I will be the
satellite?
one going up now. They'll be shouting, feel it. Oh, did there? No, no, no.
Yeah,
Stop.
when you click on
Eli,
a channel, like go to
no,
watch
you have to go
CNN.
back. You have to. No, no, no. Ah, yeah, we all did that for the longest time.
Mm.
And then, social media came in. We know how long it come. In fact, my dad was even faster. My mom were even still trying, but actually still on the matter. She uses WhatsApp platform at the moment.
What's up?
But I mean, we all know we know how difficult it was for them to change their profile picture. Women in tech, we know what we're calling them. How are you? They're treading the same path.
I just
You
don't
are treading the same
know.
path.
And I'm just like, I honestly, I don't- maybe they say never. Maybe at some point I'll join TikTok. But for now, I'm just like, I can't deal. Like, I cannot deal. Have I finished scrolling through Instagram? Do you know that I don't even check Instagram reels that much for me to now
Yeah,
join
nobody even do
TikTok
post. You see, even on Instagram now, posts are no longer getting attention. Everybody is doing reels. You have to be
reels?
doing reels. Post is no longer adequate.
I don't know.
Stories and
Technically,
reels.
maybe
TikTok.
as Eniola has decided to compare me with our
You're
parents.
a baby boomer. You are not in the
All
baby
for
boomer.
being Barton. I am not. I'm a millennial at the
You're
very
in the
least. I
baby
don't.
boomer generation.
No, please, dear. I don't know. I just feel like I don't have the time, like to be.
Day to day, do not have the time.
No, but if I just finished NYC and I've not gotten a job yet, I'll have enough time to be scrolling on TikTok.
Oh my god! Do you know what you just sounded like? Like
I
our
mean,
parents. Like you're like, I've gone out since morning. I'm
okay, looks
trying
like
to
I'm
do
not
this.
helping my
You
situation.
are not
I
looking
rest
at
my case.
what?
I
I
rest
don't
my
have
case.
time.
I rest my case. I rest my
Uh-huh.
case. With
Good.
all these goals that I'm setting for myself, I want to read total number of books this year. I want to this. You want me to be spending all the time on TikTok and just be scrolling and scrolling and scrolling? How will I be
Okay.
able to achieve those goals?
The
Anyways, this
world,
is where
the
I
world
drop
is
the mic.
moving. You are being left behind.
God forbid. People see if you are team ever, you just put it in the comment
There's
section.
nobody that is team evergreen.
Just
And if you
to
are team evergreen,
make
just
me
know
feel
that you are
better.
becoming the parents that you complained about. That's it.
Because Eniola is
Mic
really
drop.
coming for me. Oh, she's just. Anyways, I said I've dropped my mic since because I don't know what to say anymore. You would think that this girl that is talking like this, are you on TikTok?
So no, no, no.
Uh-huh.
I've signed up.
See what we're
I've
saying.
I've signed up. It's just
Wow.
that I do go there some. No, I'm not. It's not my phone currently, but I'm going
Uh,
to get there. It's one of
eh,
the things
mm,
that I plan to do this year because
eh.
the world cannot be leaving me behind. I cannot become the parents that my parents that I complain about. I cannot. But this
Fine,
is the thing. This is the thing.
fine. We will
Yeah.
see.
There we go.
Anyways, I don't know if I'm going to. Never say never. Maybe I'll join TikTok
I'm
at
going to
some point.
drag you on
Ah,
this girl's trip. We are going to do TikTok videos. On this girl's trip, we're going to do TikTok videos. So I've just told you now, putting it out there for everybody to hear. So you
cool.
know,
Fine.
guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Fine.
I think on that note,
I've dropped my mic since I don't have anything to say anymore. Anyways, guys, if you are on TikTok, I hope you guys are having fun. Drop your TikTok IG or no TikTok handle in the comment
yes,
section. Since
actually, we
Eniola
should
is on
follow.
TikTok now, maybe she will follow you guys.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm actually drop on a poll. Put a poll up on our stories. TikTok versus Instagram. I want to see how many people and which platforms there are more.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks, guys, for staying with us. Don't forget to like, follow, share, comment,
Subscribe to our YouTube
subscribe.
channel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe. And we'll
Subscribe.
see you in our next episode.
Oh yeah, and turn on your notification bell as well. Are
Oh
you
my
a YouTuber
god.
if you've not said that?
Oh yeah, true, fine. We're still learning, guys. We are on this YouTube, we're still learning.
Turn on your notification bell so when you drop a new video, you will know immediately.
Great. All right.
This is
Bye
why you need to jump
guys.
on the trends.
Oh yeah.
Bye.
Bye guys.